just finally, obviously with Richarlison being injured, if you were planning on sort of easing Matisse-Tel into action, it's probably not possible now. What do you think he would have learned from yesterday's experience, and how ready do you think he is to play?
Yeah, look, I think I don't think he would have learned too much in terms of, we certainly didn't play the way we want to. So even for himself, and I guess Kevin in many respects, it's not really an indication of how we want to go about things. But just being out there, like I said, playing your first game, you kind of get that sort of out of your system. And we're going to have to sort of lean on him a fair bit now. And but he came here to play. His physical condition is not too bad. He hasn't played a lot, but watching him training last night, he was still moving quite well. So, but we have to be careful with him also. But as I said, he came here to play, and he'll get an opportunity to do that.
Ange, just wondering, given you had a game in midweek and you haven't had much time to prepare for Villa, are you going to try and rotate a little bit? I know you haven't got many options, but some of the younger players who did so well last week in the Europa League, maybe they could come in. You mentioned that they weren't. You weren't happy to throw them in.
Yeah, well, we've already got young players out there. I mean, there's 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 17-year-olds out there. I mean, it's one thing to sort of put them on late in the European game, but I'm not going to expose young players to that kind of. I mean, we saw what happened last night, and sort of our players now getting criticised. Most of them will be able to handle it. They're old enough, but I wouldn't want to expose a young player to something like that. That could potentially, especially the way the world is today, that we just want to kind of make determinations, in a snap instant and destroy careers. I'm not going to expose young players who I don't think are ready for that at the moment. So we don't have the option to rotate. I said obviously Dane's available, but we'll probably lose Richie. But it'll be a similar kind of team that rolls out on Sunday, and we've been doing this for quite a while now, for the last sort of 3 months, and we've handled that pretty well at times, and that's what we'll try and do for Sunday.
Some of the players that you mentioned have been affected by the bad result the other day, last night. So, how difficult is it for them to turn it around in such a short space of time and get ready for another big challenge?
Well, no choice. I mean, it's not like you can say, well, let's play it next week. It's here, it's on our doorstep, and we just. Well, I said the main thing now is to allow players to recover physically, mentally. It's like I said, we got back in the small hours of last night, so they need to rest, recover. Give them some chance to sort of digest last night and sort of give them some feedback on it, and then move on pretty quickly.